Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well. Tribe Chiefs in the house. First of all, I want to say thanks for tuning in and watching these tutorials. I hope you're finding them useful with your production, your daily work, and everything that you do, whether it's music or anything else. I want to shoot this quick tutorial because I've gotten a couple of requests from a couple of the chiefs here on Patreon asking to be go more in depth with my breakdowns and some of the tracks that I'm making. They wanted to see how I make some of the breakdowns and build up how, like, I guess in making the connection and how to create interesting breakdowns ideas and how to kind of manipulate the sounds and creating something fun. So what I figured I'd do today is show you something simple and super effective. It's something that I use. It's a breakdown style and effects that I use in the techno tracks I'm making. For example, the track that I'm gonna play for you now is a track I did for Intec Digital, Carl Cox label, which was signed to his label. The track called "Back to the Drums." So this is going to be a short tutorial about how the breakdown was created with that track, and it's super simple, super basic. I use this trick a lot with a lot of the tracks I produce. It's straightforward, it's fun, it creates the crescendo, it creates that excitement, the build up, and it gets people really routed up. So it's a really dope trick that you can use and to play around with. So yeah, well, I'll dive right into it and kind of show you what we've got here. So I'm gonna just turn the camera so you can look at the DAW. I'm sure you know from your previous tutorials that you've watched of mine that I use Logic. Right now, pulling up old projects on Logic, so I'm using this version over here. That way you guys can see what's going on, because obviously certain versions, I mean, some of the tracks I've created were on older versions and whatnot. So, but it's still the same. Everything's the same. It's just, probably different look or whatever. Or it might be the same look. I'm not sure. I've upgraded so many times. I can't keep up. Anyway, so here's the track. This is the basic layout. Let me see here. For Back to the Drums, the track that I signed with Carl Cox label on Intec Digital. And what I'm gonna do after this tutorial, I'm actually gonna upload the track for you guys to download so you can hear the whole thing and use it as a reference track if you like for other productions that you're gonna be working on. Again, I'm always happy to give what I can for you to help you guys out. So anyway, without further ado, so here's the track. If you may remember it. If not, here's a quick sample of what it sounded like here. This is it. I'll skip around on it so you can hear. Anyway, so that's just a quick sample. I'm not gonna obviously play the whole track. I believe it's like close to 7 or 8 minutes long. I don't want to waste the tutorial just letting you hear a full track, which is the track I'm gonna drop for you guys to download anyway, so you get to have the track. What I did skip on is the breakdown part, because I want to kind of dive into that and show you that in details. So for this track, I'll play the entire how the breakdown goes about. That way, it kind of gives you get the full picture. Then we'll dissect the breakdown and show you what I use and how I create it. Again, this is a straightforward, minimal kind of driving, drummy techno track. One of my favorite styles for the dance floor, and this kind of stuff works the dance floor, especially at the right parties, the right vibe. It's a straight minimal, just driving, groovy kind of tech house, tribal techno type of feel. So anyway, so here's the breakdown how it goes about. Let's see here. So there you have it. That's the breakdown. Super basic, nothing crazy, and you can actually take what I'm going to show you and apply this to anything you do in regards to creating some kind of an excitement, some kind of a fun breakdown, whether it's going to be a longer breakdown or a shorter breakdown. This could be used in variety of ways, and it's super basic. So what I did, if you hear, let's see here, this loop right here, which is kind of the main loop that's happening in the track. Let me just play it by itself. So that this loop is the driving force of this entire track. What keeps it chugging along. So what I figured I'd do, I use it also in the breakdown. A lot of people will take the driving force of the track out of the breakdown, but with this track I decided to keep it, but also play around with it and manipulate it a little bit. So what I did is I took this loop right here, and then I started mangling it up as it broke down. This is what happens to it. Adding some delays. There you have it. So what I did is I took that loop, the main driving force of the track, and just added. Let me pull this up. I ran it through its right here. I busted, made it a bus, and added an extra channel for it. So here's the bus for that track that you just heard. And this is the automation. I basically did it manually. If you see it, it's all going up and down kind of crazy because I like to keep it organic. I don't like it to be so cookie cutter. A lot of times you'll see a lot of guys that do automation. It'll be like super cookie cutter. So it's like, oops. So it'll be like straight lines, like straight this way, up that way, straight that. You know, it's like doop 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 doop. It's all like straight cookie cutter lines. I like to keep mine organic, so I leave what I done with my hands as is to give it a more of a natural feel. So what you just heard happen to the drums right here, like all this, all the choppiness, it's all of my automation here. And what I used to do this with is, let's get to it here, pow. So I use this right here, the H delay, which is it's a wave plugin. Now you'll notice the delay starts moving around here. So is the feedback. I believe that's what I played with. Yeah, the delay, the feedback, and the actual mix as well. So everything kind of got automated. So here's the delay. That's the delay automation. Here's the feedback. I added a little bit of feedback, a little, at the end, give it a little bit of nice tail, feedback tail. And then this is some extreme delays with the mix that I've messed around with. So you'll get to hear all these pieces together in the automation of just that one single sound that I was telling you about, the main loop here. Now watch the automation. Now if you guys are seasoned producers, you probably already know about this, but if you're just starting out, and I know some of you on my Patreon are just starting out to produce, so if you're not too familiar with automation, I can dive into it more. But automation, you set the, you play around with the parameters, and then you'll notice the automation happening to the actual plugin, like you'll see here. Check this out. That right there. And then this. And then the delay. Delay. The when delay keeps going up, keeps going up. So, so yeah, so that's that. So that's the automation, everything that's happening to my bus, the channel that I busted this plugin right here. So now what I want to do is I want to let you hear it with some other instrument because I'm assuming what you guys are hearing right now sounds super choppy and it sounds like something is not right. But believe me, it's right. It's just when it's by itself, it doesn't sound right. But as soon as I layer it with other things, it all starts sounding really dope and coming together. So, for example, let me just add. Let's see here. Let's just add a basic hi hat with it, which is gonna groove it up a little bit. And this right here. And the clap too. A clap right here. So there. So now you heard the main loop get all broken up and the delay and everything happening, and with the hi hat and just a clap. It's called Halloween clap. I got it. I guess I got it from some Halloween sound. Anyway, so this is the clap by itself. This green piece right here. So yeah, there's just a lot of reverb on this clap, and then the automation volume goes up. It sounds like, let's see here. Alright. So as you can see here with the clap, what I did, I actually played with the pitch control, which is just the basic plugin that came with Logic. It's called AU Pitch. It's part of the Logic pack. So it's basically all I did is I played with the pitch of the clap as it got closer toward the crescendo where the beat drops. So it almost kind of works with what's happening with the main loop that I was showing you earlier, as that one's getting all broken up and chopped up. So they kind of work together, and it gives it that. Let's see here. All right. Sorry. So here's the clap. This is it right here, and now here's the main loop together, and then let's throw in the hi-hat that was already there. You heard the clap? So there. So now you see how everything's kind of working together. You've got the claps pitching. You've got the main loop. You got the clap pitching. You've got the main loop going through that crazy delay that I showed you earlier with the Wave plugin. You've got a ride, a hi-hat ride. A ride, then the hi-hat. All of them kind of working together at the end this breakdown. And basically what I did is I dropped everything out. All the obviously the kick, all the other elements. They all kind of drop out while this thing is doing its thing. So here's what it all sounds together after the breakdown happens. So there you have it, and it just goes back into the groove again. So yeah, this is something simple. I use in a lot of the tracks. Again, It's you know, adding a bit of delay, pitch, and start fucking around with the pitch of the track, or pitch of a track, not of the entire track. Find a track like how I've done here, like I was showing you earlier with the claps, you know, like the claps again all screwed up right here. See that? See all that crazy stuff? That's just the clap going through some bananas, getting some crazy. Then with the clap, the main loop as well right here. So, so basically, just kind of they all kind of mangle up. A lot of delays, a lot of pitch, you know, pitching going up and down. As all the track kind of comes together, then boom, explodes back out. So all that stuff happens, all the then boom, then explodes together. This is a basic, simple, good way of for minimal tracks to kind of keep the excitement going as well, and you can drop this kind of stuff in between, you know, 32 bar counts or whatever, and keep the track exciting as it chugs along. So yeah, so that's just basic. Again, the plugins I use right here is God, I have stuff all over the place. I'm sorry. So yeah, the H delay here, which is a wave plugin, you can do some crazy delays with, and also, you know, pitch controls. You can use all kind of pitch controls. They come in all kind of different. Let's see here. Oh my God. Let's see where you are. It's too many the same colors. Where is the pitch control? All right. Is it here? No. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so the pitch controls, the delays. You can use reverb and add some delay to the reverb, and also pitch the reverb. Play around with the pitching of the reverb, going up and down as you filter the tracks. So there's let me come back to it. So there's a lot of cool, fun ways to kind of manipulate a breakdown. This is one of the ways. It's an easy way. It's a fun way because you're just letting the automation do its thing. You're basically just, you know, with the mouse or with the keyboard, just kind of playing around with it, see how it flows until you kind of get it to exactly where you want it to be. Then drop it all down, then let the track explode back up. That I've done that in a lot of the tracks. I do it a lot with vocals, believe it or not. I'll take a vocal and I'll just like just fade it out. Then boom, the track goes back up. I love playing with pitch controls. I love playing with anything that has a lot of crazy delay that kind of goes all over the place. It's always been my go-to stuff, especially with drums, since I do a lot of drum-heavy stuff. When you put a lot of pitch controls and delays on drums, it becomes really fun because it just throws them all over the place. And when you're in a club and you're dancing and you're in a grand sound system, it just sounds badass because you're just hearing all these drums going all over the place, a lot of reverb, then it's like a suction, it all gets sucked in, then the track comes back in. So that's one way to have fun with this. Again, if you want more information, how to dive in, if you need more information about automation, I can also talk about that more. And but yeah, I'll drop this track for you guys so you can check it out, enjoy the whole thing, kind of to put this video in perspective with what I've done here. And stay tuned for the next video tutorial, which is going to be on my other a new album track that I'm going to be showing you guys to keep the going, so you guys can hear the entire album before it drops. And yeah, and also at the end of December, don't forget for being a Patreon, all of you, not Patreon, for being a Tribe Chiefs, only Tribe Chiefs, you all are gonna get a Join the Tribe T-shirt, which I will personally mail to you guys, and you'll have that by the beginning of next year as a thank you for your commitment and helping me keep the music going. And I really appreciate everything you guys have contributed, done, and all the great questions, all the feedback, amazing feedback that I'm getting from you guys. And it really makes me feel good knowing that you're finding this stuff being valuable for you, and along with the podcasts and things like that. It takes a lot for me to kind of put this together because I was never meant to be like teaching and stuff like that, but I love being stepped out of my elements and doing stuff like this because I am as much teaching you as I am also learning from myself and what I can do and how I can move forward with everything. So I'm really looking forward to next year and keeping you guys in the loop of what's going on in regards to some new production, new remixes, and the album dropping next year, early next year. So I will be setting the time for that and with the tour and get that all going. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great holiday coming up, and wishing you all the best. Be healthy and safe. Peace.